Hackers around the world are making millions from fraud schemes, and keeping up with them can be difficult. But there are ways to protect yourself. The annual Black Hat Security Conference in Las Vegas is highlighting some new security tools available to defend your computer. Mike Zusman is a speaker at this year's conference, and he joins us today to tell us how to keep your information safe. Good morning.
Good morning, Beverly. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you come on and talk a little bit about this, because we're always dealing with different kinds of viruses and what we can do to defend ourselves. But ultimately, is there anything that we can do to give us a 100% guarantee, or is there always going to be something getting through?
Well, there's always going to be something getting through. You know, the good guys and the software developers are always working to make sure their software and the applications we use are secure as possible. But a lot of times we find that there are just new attacks and new things that we aren't aware of yet that can be very difficult to defend against.
So when we're trying to stay one step ahead of those precise things, what, for example, does your company offer average computer users?
So average computer users, we don't typically work with too much. But what my company does is we'll work with government agencies and large corporations to help them find security vulnerabilities within their networks and applications and help mitigate them or fix these problems. What my company also does with a lot of these companies is we do user awareness training programs to help the employees learn about common security threats and things such as phishing attacks, which will then, ultimately help them when they go home and they're using computers for personal use.
So tell me a little bit about the SSL, which I gather stands for Secure Sockets Layer.
Okay, sure. So a colleague by the name of Alexander Sotorov and I have been researching SSL for quite some time now. And what SSL means to the layperson is actually the HTTPS that they see in the address bar of their web browser, and also the little yellow locks that they're told to look for that indicate that the web browsing session they're engaged in is actually secure, and that they're actually talking to their bank's website as opposed to a hacker-controlled website. What Alex and I have been looking into most recently is sort of the next generation of SSL called EVSSL, or Extended Validation SSL. And whereas the old SSL used just the HTTPS in the address bar and the little yellow locks, EVSSL puts a big green badge containing identity information about the website the person is connecting to. And the reason for this is to give the user a very prominent indicator of identity, such that they can trust the website that they're trying to talk to. And unfortunately, what Alex and I have found is that it's possible to spoof this new identity mechanism, this new green badge. So
when you say spoof, it's possible that you could see what you need to see, in other words, the yellow lock and the green badge because of this CVSSL, but that it's actually not secure?
Correct. Even though you see these indicators, it is technically possible for an attacker to be looking at your data, which is something that SSL is meant to protect against. When you're using SSL, somebody in between your computer and your bank's website shouldn't be able to see your data. Through this technique, we've proven that it's possible, but I want to stress that it's not something that people should be very scared about. I still think that people should continue to use the internet as they have been, but it's still important that these sorts of problems are known about and they get fixed by the browser vendors. This problem actually exists in the web browser itself, not on the remote website.
So it's important you know what you're looking for.
Exactly. I tell people that when you're using the internet, you should use have a healthy dose of suspicion, especially when reading emails that appear to be a little fishy or don't seem right to you. You should definitely go with your gut.
Okay, Michael Zusman, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.